The egg industry has a secret. Duck eggs contain more protein, more omega-3s, and more vitamin B12 than chicken eggs. Yet most Americans have never tried one. The reason? Duck egg production can't be industrialized the same way chicken farming has been. In this documentary, we'll show you exactly why raising laying ducks requires more skill, more space, and more attention to detail than conventional egg production. From specialized breeding to hand-collecting practices, you'll discover why these nutritional powerhouses are worth the extra cost and effort for both farmers and consumers. Let's journey inside a duck egg where something truly remarkable is happening. A 28-day transformation that's quite different from a chicken's 21-day development. Duck eggs require precise conditions to successfully hatch. A stable temperature of 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit combined with carefully managed humidity levels. During the first 25 days, humidity should remain between 55 to 65%, then increase to 65 to 75% for the hatching phase. What makes duck incubation unique is the daily cooling period. Unlike chicken eggs that maintain constant warmth, duck eggs benefit from a 15 to 20-minute cooling session each day, mimicking what happens in nature when mother ducks leave their nests to feed and bathe. This cooling triggers proper development cues within the embryo. Additionally, duck eggs need to be turned at least 3 to 5 times daily at specific angles to prevent the embryo from sticking to the shell membrane. By day 7, candling reveals the first clear signs of life, a network of blood vessels spreading like a spider web with a small dark spot at the center, the developing embryo. By day 14, the network has expanded dramatically, and you can sometimes catch glimpses of movement within the egg. The day 21 candling shows significant darkening as the duckling grows to fill more space, with only the air cell clearly visible. By day 25, the egg appears almost entirely dark except for the air cell, which has expanded considerably. This air cell is critical for duck embryos. It must grow at a precise rate. Too large indicates excessive drying, too small suggests insufficient oxygen exchange. Duck eggs require more meticulous humidity control than chicken eggs because their shells are thicker and less porous, affecting how moisture and gases move through the shell. Professional hatcheries use specialized forced air incubators with automated turning mechanisms and precision humidity controls. Small-scale farmers often modify chicken incubators with deeper water troughs and separate hygrometers to achieve the higher humidity levels ducks require. Some artisanal hatcheries even use semi-automated, duck-specific incubators with built-in cooling cycles. Around day 26, the duckling begins internal pipping, breaking through the inner membrane while absorbing the remaining yolk sac, which will sustain it for the first 48 to 72 hours of life. The embryo positions itself for hatching, with bill toward the air cell. Soon, the egg may rock slightly as the growing duckling shifts position. External pipping follows. The bill, equipped with a temporary egg tooth, punches through the shell, creating the first visible crack. Unlike chickens that often create a circle around the egg's circumference, ducklings typically create a distinct zip pattern, starting at one end and working around in a less symmetrical manner. The hatching process itself can take between 12 to 24 hours from first pip to emergence, considerably longer than a chicken's typical 8 to 12-hour process. This extended timeline reflects the duckling's larger size and the thicker shell it must navigate. That crucial moment when a duckling finally emerges from its shell marks only the beginning of a far more demanding journey. The next 8 weeks require such specialized care that they've become the breaking point for nearly 40% of commercial operations that attempt to transition from chicken to duck egg production. It's during this critical period that seemingly minor management oversights can lead to catastrophic outcomes. Unlike chicken chicks, ducklings need a brooding setup with several key differences. The brooding area temperature starts at 90 degrees Fahrenheit for the first week, slightly lower than for chicks, and decreases by about 5 degrees weekly until reaching ambient temperature. This precise heat management prevents both chilling and overheating, which can permanently compromise a duckling's future laying capacity. While chicken chicks thrive on paper towels or traditional pine shavings, ducklings quickly turn these materials into a soggy mess that harbors dangerous pathogens. labor-intensive requirements that many commercial facilities find unsustainable at scale. Water management becomes particularly problematic. Ducklings must have constant access to water, not just for drinking, but for cleaning their nostrils and bills. Professional duck farmers utilize specialized nipple waterers with catch basins or trough systems that prevent ducklings from submerging themselves while still allowing bill cleaning. The nutrition requirements diverge significantly from meat duck breeds. Future layers need precisely formulated starter feeds with 20% protein and carefully balanced niacin levels, 65 to 85 milligrams per kilograms. Deficiencies in either led to permanent leg deformities that commercial operations often discover too late. By week 4, this transitions to a developer feed with 16% protein, specifically designed for egg-laying breeds. Growth rates present another challenge, with ducklings gaining weight nearly twice as fast as chicken chicks. This rapid development means housing space must expand weekly, requiring flexible infrastructure most chicken facilities simply don't have. By week 6, each duckling needs approximately 3 square feet of indoor space, triple what a chicken of the same age requires. Early socialization profoundly influences future laying behavior. Ducklings handled daily for just 5 minutes during weeks 2 to 6 demonstrate measurably reduced stress hormones and 15% higher egg production in adulthood. Yet this labor-intensive practice rarely fits into commercial operation workflows. Outdoor access becomes essential by week 5, with ducklings requiring at least 10 square feet per bird of secure foraging space with natural ground cover. This outdoor requirement directly conflicts with the industrial model that maximizes birds per square foot, explaining why large facilities struggle to produce the quality achieved by smaller operations. The payoff for farms that accommodate these demanding birds comes when the first eggs appear. But that's where conventional wisdom about egg processing falls apart. Duck eggs possess a natural protective coating called the cuticle that's substantially thicker than what's found on chicken eggs. This biological feature fundamentally alters how these eggs must be handled post-laying, creating a process that remains stubbornly resistant to automation. At Whistling Wings Duck Farm in Oregon, egg collection begins before sunrise. Unlike chickens that typically prefer individual nesting boxes, ducks create communal nesting areas, often hidden throughout their living space. Collectors must carefully search through straw bedding, where multiple females may have laid their eggs in clustered groups. Once collected, duck eggs follow a processing path that would be unrecognizable to conventional egg producers. The cleaning stage illustrates this perfectly. While chicken eggs are typically washed in hot water with sanitizing solutions, this approach would strip away the duck egg's protective cuticle. Instead, duck eggs with visible soil are dry cleaned using fine sandpaper or specialized brushes with minimal water contact. Many producers avoid washing altogether unless absolutely necessary, as the cuticle serves as a natural antimicrobial barrier. The candling process for duck eggs requires specialized equipment too. The higher density and opacity of duck eggshells means standard chicken egg candlers often can't penetrate effectively. Producers use higher intensity LED light sources specifically calibrated for duck eggs, carefully examining each egg by hand. This manual inspection identifies hairline cracks that would go undetected by automated systems, but could lead to premature spoilage. Even the grading system differs substantially. While chicken eggs follow standardized USDA size classifications, duck eggs are typically sorted by weight rather than visual size. The average duck egg weighs between 70 to 90 grams, compared to a large chicken egg's 50 to 60 grams. This size variance necessitates specialized packaging, with deeper, reinforced compartments to prevent breakage during transport. Temperature control presents another unique challenge. Duck eggs have different thermal properties due to their size and composition. They must be cooled gradually after collection to prevent thermal shock that could damage the internal membranes. Once cooled to the ideal storage temperature of 45 degrees Celsius, properly handled duck eggs can maintain freshness for 6 to 8 weeks, compared to chicken eggs' 4 to 5 week window. A significant advantage for specialty producers. The hands-on nature of duck egg processing extends to final packaging and distribution. Most operations pack eggs by hand into custom cartons that accommodate their larger size and greater weight. These specialized containers cost nearly 3 times more than standard chicken egg cartons, adding to the final product price but ensuring safe delivery. Those custom cartons aren't the only reason duck eggs command premium prices at farmers markets and specialty stores. Inside that larger shell lies a culinary powerhouse that's transforming everything from simple breakfasts to professional pastry kitchens. And the nutritional profile explains why consumers willingly pay a premium. Let's examine what's actually inside these eggs. Duck eggs contain 9 grams of protein compared to chicken eggs' 6 grams, a 50% increase that makes them particularly valuable for athletes and those following protein-focused diets. They also pack twice the omega-3 fatty acids, 50% more vitamin A, and significantly higher levels of B vitamins, particularly B12, which supports neurological function and energy production. These nutritional advantages come with distinctive culinary properties that professional bakers have prized for generations. The protein structures in duck egg whites create stronger, more stable foams when whipped, resulting in baked goods that rise higher and maintain their structure better during baking. The yolks contain a higher fat percentage, approximately 30% fat compared to chicken eggs' 18%, giving pastries and custards a richer, silkier texture. In our test kitchen, we prepared identical recipes using both egg types. The duck egg sponge cake rose an additional 20% higher, while the duck egg custard achieved a noticeably creamier consistency without additional cream or butter. This explains why artisanal bakeries often reserve duck eggs specifically for their premium offerings. However, these same properties present adaptation challenges for home cooks. The higher protein content means duck eggs cook more quickly and can become rubbery if prepared like chicken eggs. The more robust flavor, often described as eggier or more mineral-rich, can surprise first-time consumers expecting a familiar taste. In blind taste tests with 50 participants who regularly consumed chicken eggs, reactions split distinctly. Approximately 60% preferred the richer taste of duck eggs in baked goods and custards, while only 40% favored them for simple preparations like scrambled eggs or omelets. The most frequently cited comment was that duck eggs taste more complex and more substantial. The duck's diet significantly impacts egg quality and flavor. Pasture-raised ducks with access to varied forage, including insects, grasses, and aquatic plants, produce eggs with deeper orange yolks and more complex flavor profiles than those raised on commercial feed alone. This nutritional variety translates directly to the egg's composition, with pasture-raised duck eggs showing higher levels of vitamins E and D. Perhaps most intriguing is the emerging evidence that approximately 70% of individuals with chicken egg allergies can safely consume duck eggs. This difference stems from variations in the protein structures between species, making duck eggs a valuable alternative for those with specific sensitivities. And so we've seen how this remarkable process combines age-old farming wisdom with precision techniques that large-scale industrialization simply cannot match. These specialty eggs represent something increasingly rare in our food system, a product whose quality stems directly from the care invested throughout its creation. By choosing duck eggs, consumers aren't just selecting superior nutrition or versatility in the kitchen. They're supporting a production model that prioritizes animal welfare and environmental stewardship. As more people seek transparency in food sourcing, these small-scale duck operations demonstrate how specialty agriculture can thrive while maintaining ecological balance. The journey from incubator to breakfast plate tells a story of patience, expertise, and commitment to quality that defines true culinary treasures.